Hello, and welcome to Together We Are Stronger Legal Services. Nearly 50 years ago, Mr. Avi Rosen dreamt of mastering the law so that he could serve others. While he was initially strictly in the real estate business, his passion led him to go back to university for the purpose of becoming a legal consultant. By the early 2000s, he was able to achieve this dream. If the name Avi Rosen is familiar to you, it could be that you've read one of his many articles or heard his name through your dealings with the Toronto court system. Mr. Rosen has been in the real estate industry for nearly 50 years and has owned his own real estate brokerage firm. He taught in the business department of Ryerson University and served on committees of the Toronto Real Estate Board. In this instructional video, we will be going over our legal process at Together We Are Stronger Legal Services. Before we get into it, there are a couple of important things to mention. Firstly, Mr. Rosen cannot take any cases in which a conflict of interest is present. This means that he cannot take any cases in which the interests of the client interfere with his interests or the interests of somebody who he is already representing. This is why, for instance, a paralegal cannot represent someone who works with his or her spouse. Additionally, the outcomes in individual litigation cases may vary. Despite Mr. Rosen's great track record of winning cases for his clients, no guarantee can be made as every case has its own unique set of circumstances and facts. Regardless, Mr. Rosen will do everything in his power to ensure that you are getting the best possible outcome in your case. Also, please never be afraid to ask for clarification. Legal matters are often complicated and there is no shame in asking for more details when necessary. If there is any part of the process that you do not understand, it's better for all parties involved if you reach out. We are happy to answer any questions you may have. Another important thing to keep in mind is that paralegals and lawyers keep track of time spent, so keep follow-up phone calls and emails short and to the point. This will assure maximum efficiency and will keep your costs low. Finally, be sure to review bills and statements when you receive them. This is so that you can make sure that everything is in order as prescribed. At Together We Are Stronger Legal Services, we use a number of communication methods depending on our needs. These methods include an online portal, phone calls, video conferences, and email. Our online portal is very good for quick data and file sharing and is a great user-friendly way to stay organized and stay on top of the demands of the case. Email is a great way to quickly communicate with our team. One thing to keep in mind is that email is typically not a great way to talk about the process of the case in great detail. This brings us to phone calls and video conferences. These are the main ways in which we set up consultations with clients. These methods offer a great way to communicate clearly about the important details of your case. For video conferences, we often use Zoom. Here is our service timeline. First, we do the phone introduction. Then we send you the invitation package, which includes a questionnaire. You then decide whether you want to go with us, and you send us your prepared documents. After receiving these documents, we schedule a consultation and discuss the details of the case and the evidence that you've brought forward. After that, we do extensive legal research which helps us to generate the optimal legal solution. Once we know which solution is best, we will take legal action in your case. We will get into all of these elements in more detail. The first step in our legal process is the initial phone introduction. Normally, this is through a referral and is done with Mr. Rosen over the phone. This initial introduction is free of charge and does not connotate any client-paralegal relationship. In this phone call, you will briefly describe the issue at hand and we will assess your claims to see if they are indeed legally actionable. After the phone interview, an invitation package will be sent to you that will contain a questionnaire. This is normally sent within 24 hours of the interview. It's a very simple form and gives us a good background of your case. There is no cost associated with us reviewing the questionnaire, and it also helps us determine the cost factor for you depending on the steps that need to be taken in your particular case. Once you have sent us the questionnaire, it is up to you to determine if you wish to utilize our services and retain us. Some things to keep in mind on your end are retainer fees, conditions, disbursements, and costs. Once you are satisfied that you want to choose us to aid you in your legal case, call us at your earliest convenience to set up an appointment by phone or video call. In the meantime, it is advised that you do some pre-consultation preparation. This means writing a chronological description of your situation and bringing an extra copy of all relevant documents, preferably organized by date. This will speed up the process considerably and give you more value from the consultation. Before the actual consultation, you will need to sign a retainer agreement. This agreement is your contract with us. It will outline the services we will provide and the costs that are associated. Before this step, no client-paralegal relationship is formally established. Once you retain us, you are officially represented by Mr. Rosen for your legal matter. During our consultation, we will go over the facts of your legal matter in great detail and examine the evidence that you present. Our goals in this consultation are to define the problem, identify the context of the situation and the consequences it may have, and to find the root cause of the issue and potentially brainstorm some solutions. After the consultation, we will review the circumstances and decide whether or not we will take the case. If we accept your case, you will receive an acknowledgement from us within 24 hours. Once we have accepted your case, we get right to work. One of our main avenues of solution generation is legal research. This includes examining case law, otherwise known as precedent, and any legislation pertaining to your case. If we can find a similar case that had a favorable outcome, we can apply those same principles to your case. Additionally, by examining any legislation that may be relevant to your case, we can find rules that we can then point to when making our legal arguments. Avi Rosen works tirelessly to find the optimal solution for your case with the help from his trusted legal researchers, Ann Hussein and myself, Maddie Emond. After conducting the steps described above, we work on carefully choosing the best solution for your situation. Every legal matter is different, so it's important for us to consider a wide variety of solutions before settling on the best match. Throughout this process, we will contact and update you on a regular basis. Please make sure to keep us updated with any important new information you discover over the course of the case. Finally, the last few steps are very dependent on your specific situation. For instance, for small claims matters, we may choose to represent you ourselves, or, depending on the situation, we can instruct you on how to present yourself and your findings in court. For landlord-tenant disputes, we can set up meetings with the Landlord-Tenant Board, or we can use our resources to help directly solve the situation between you and your client. These, and many others, are ways in which we can proceed after these initial steps. Mr. Rosen's extensive expertise with legal matters offers you a unique flexibility in how you would like to proceed with your legal matter. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call Mr. Rosen at 416-818-6130. Legal issues are complicated, but we're here to help. Our straightforward process is sure to offer you the optimal experience in dealing with your legal matter. We seek to minimize confusion, maximize efficiency, and find the best possible solution. Leave it to us to get the job done. Thank you for putting your trust in Together We Are Stronger Legal Services. We are here to help you.